insist.
I don't know if I had many redeeming qualities, to be honest. I was just trying to save the future.
Oh, yeah.
Just heavy responsibility, keep my family together.
We're all here in this room because he saved us in the
That's
past.
true.
So that's all right. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Would you all mind if I butted in for just 1 second? Because we have a very special guest
Oh, sorry.
who would like to join you up on the stage, if that's all right.
Woo!
Is it time for Shannon Doherty?
Woo!
Yeah, give me the couch.
Hey.
Hi, welcome.
Thanks. I mean, is this not like a Power of Three or what? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. I think before we go back to talking specifically about the show, I want to get the elephant out of the room. Shannon, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thank
You
you.
look fantastic. And I have a feeling this crowd is just really, really happy to see you.
This crowd is amazing.
Woo!
But you know what? I keep on getting like, I see all these autographs, and somebody keeps on writing like, Forever Chris or something Chris, and I'm so
I know.
confused because I don't know who Chris is.
And Kristen,
Like, who is Chris, you guys? Can you tell me? And Chris we trust, who is he?
We're just trying to figure that out.
would you like to tell her?
No.
Okay.
I'll ruin the surprise.
It's going to remain a mystery.
Didn't you sitting on a coffee table? No, Dorian. Dorian's sitting on a. Do you want a couch? Do you want a pillow?
I'm here at the couch. I'm doing my yoga right now, man.
Have you seen his biceps? He's fine. In the inappropriate way.
Can't even see around him.
Woo!
I love this. Come on. He paid me $10 to do this backstage.
He's our man. We all need that.
We're all covered up down here.
Oh, no,
Be
don't
the
be.
man candy.
Are you blushing?
A little bit.
I-
He's also flexing a little bit.
So, Shannon and Holly, was there a moment in season 1 when you knew this thing was going to be a hit? Or that it kind of hit you that this was working?
I feel like when we went, I think we went into Les's trailer and we watched the trailer together. And we saw it with the music, the actual music, not the fake Netflix music. For the first time, it kind of dawned on me then that I was like, oh, like this may be better than I thought it would be. And it felt real and it felt cool and dark. But
We're talking about the pilot, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
The trailer, the credits.
The one with Lori.
Uh,
No, I'm not saying, but like that's honestly when I knew it was gonna be a hit, because we shot a pilot, it had different casting in it. And when I saw that, I knew it was gonna be a hit, because it was really dark, but there was like this intense sister bond that was insane, and it was shot beautifully. It was just like everything was so good, and the acting was, there was like so much synergy between us as actors, and I was like, this show is actually gonna be a hit, and I wasn't quite sure. I was like, oh god, how long am I gonna be here?
but you know, the network did put us through our paces quite a bit. We were never the favorite. We were never the darling. We never got, a lot of
You said we
publicity.
had cars and stuff.
Oh, stop it.
VHSs, cars.
Yeah.
Took a vacation.
I got nothing.
We ran out of money by that time.
Well, I mean, that does bring me to one of my other questions, which is, I mean, I feel like the show didn't get its due then, but it's starting to kind of get its
It's
due
catching
now,
on.
right? Do you guys think so? Like,
Thank God for TNT. Because the WB and CW didn't help much. But TNT, man, they're all the way.
have you guys noticed the shift since it's been airing on TNT, since it's available on Paramount Plus? Peacock?
I think it's the Peacock now, which is bizarre. I don't know how. And Amazon, yeah. And apparently Sci-Fi now. I mean, who knew? Not us.
Has there been a shift in like the fans or their reactions?
No, you know what's great about this show is that it brings families together, and it's generation after generation, and sisters, and sons and moms, and fathers and daughters, and that's what makes me really happy about the show is that, you know, some people, and some people even in this room from today said, you know, it was the only thing me and my sibling agreed on, and we could watch together. And I have 3 boys, so I understand that chaos and terrible wrestling mania that happens, and where they try to injure each other. And so sitting down together is something sometimes peaceful, sometimes.
Well, we heard a little bit about this from Dorian, but I want to hear from you ladies. I mean, this show was actually very rare in its day to be this female-driven, female-led show, and you may not have been treated quite right. But did it mean something to you, even kind of knowing that you were special, you were unique on what was on television at the time?
I don't think we knew that. I think we were just being us.
I think it's something to actually do, to know you are special and unique. It's just frustrating when other people that really should know it around you don't know it as much as they should. But the good thing is that all of you out there and the generations together knew there was something special, and that's why we're sitting here with all you lovely folk today.
I think that's probably one of the most spectacular answers I've ever heard. I really do. Like, I mean, I knew that Prue was a very, very, very strong woman. I was a very strong woman. I played her as Beth. And I think that that did have a definitive impression upon a lot of younger women who were watching the show to grow up with that sort of inner strength and to help their families and take care of their families. And although maybe it was a different time back then, and maybe we didn't have necessarily the support of some of the men, some of them were fantastic, right? And were very much about empowering women within the show. And then there were, of course, you know, men that were not so empowering. But that can also be said, there were also
And women.
We just said it's mother, but it's true though. Like, you know, listen, that happens. But we were fortunate, and the show was fortunate to have us as well. Sort of willing to play these parts, wanting to play these parts, wanting to bring our own personalities into them. And then, you know, we got the most fortunate with our fans, really.
Brian, Drew, what was that like for you? I mean, it was, you know, you were backing up these
They were
badass ladies.
fiddle, and they enjoyed it.
It's the 5th, 6th, and 7th sister.
Every day was easy.
You liar.
You guys made out all the time.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, you did.
I beg your
There's a
pardon.
lot of making out.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, there was.
There was that one
I've been
episode
watching
that
the
there was
show
a lot,
right
and then we turned into old married
A
people,
lot of
and we
making
don't
out.
do it so much anymore.
A lot of making out.
True story.
He's not denying it. A lot of making out.
It was awkward. Shannon standing there going, do it!
Okay, don't make it sound so gross. Jesus. You're Sophie's neighbor Dan, folks, okay? There's always neighbor Dan. He's still next door.
Still lives there.
So you know.
Do any of you have a favorite villain or big bad or demon when you look back that were particularly
Cole.
Everybody says,
I was fortunate enough to date Cole in real life.
Yes, you did.
And Cole was my favorite
so it's gonna be that kind of man.
Details. Yeah.
Cole was my favorite demon because he made me laugh, like just before or after I had to slap him or fight the time we have to write take after take.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, he goes home at the end of the day.
How about for you guys, were there any that stand out? I know you weren't quite battling them the same.
But I would say like Julie again. I mean, he's on set. He's just, as a human, he's fantastic.
He's a
As an
showman.
actor, he's great. As a demon, and the good, the bad. You know, he's sex and evil. It was fun. I mean, there's so many great demons that came in and that, but yeah, there's no one like Cole and Balthazar.
I got a weird one. Not sort of. Balthazar. And recently, something crazy happened in my life. As a kid, let me take you on a short journey if I can. Going back and seeing Star Wars in the theater. And Balthazar was modeled after Darth Maul. And the recent installment of Obi-Wan Kenobi, I got the honor of playing the voice of Darth Vader for that series. Well, voice actor for Darth Vader, to be specific. And so that's just wow how it just comes full circle. And this show was about love. This show was about conquering and yourself. And if you look at Padme and you look at Darth Vader, that's love. We look at Cole and you look at, you know, how that love dynamic happened, that's love. When you look at Brian and Holly, that's love.
That's
This whole
Pepper
show,
and Leo, just so you know.
Piper and Leo, that's love. And this thread of the sisterly love and love that drives all drama, charm specifically. Wow, what a circle.
Love you less. I know. We'll talk about it later. It's fine. We're moving on.
I stepped in. I kind of skipped order.
Evil Wyatt?
Who was your favorite?
Evil Wyatt? What?
Blonde haired Wyatt?
Are you being facetious?
No, what was the question?
Favorite band?
Vampire Chris? Did you turn into a vampire?
No,
That was me.
No, that was her. I turned into a
Spider Boy. Sorry. Totally different. Sorry.
Spider Enchantress. What was her name? The Spider Demon.
You're asking me, ask the people. They know these names.
I remember the title of the episode, Spin City.
Okay.
But that lady.
You're bragging. You're bragging again. Just teasing.
Never mind, right?
So there were also so many stars who came on either before they were the stars they are now. And there's some you look back on, John Cho, Norman Reedus, some amazing actors that really stood out in the moment or ones that you just loved working with.
John Cho. I mean, that episode is hands down one of my favorites. Norman doesn't really remember the show.
Norman was a friend of mine, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. Maybe it's because I got him to do the show. I'm just joking. I loved working with him on the show, and he's a tremendous actor, and it's been nothing but a pleasure seeing his career kick ass. And yeah, a lot of actors were on
We had Bolt.
there. Balthazar Getty,
Yeah,
Amy
Balthazar
Adams,
Getty.
Amy Adams,
Eric
Amy
Dane.
Adams.
Eric Dane?
Eric Dane.
That's right.
John Hamm.
Jake Lachey.
David Duchovny.
Bluest eyes on the planet.
Yeah, Louis Eyes on the Planet. You still can't get over that.
I can't.
I know.
He walked up one day and he walked past me and I was like, holy crap. And I was just like, hey man. I couldn't stop looking. He was like,
I couldn't stop looking. Don't tell people that.
Jesus.
have you seen him?
No. I think I was here for Halloween once though.
Oh my God.
Well, Holly, Drew, and Brian, you guys have your podcast that just wrapped up. The what is something that surprised you in rewatching season 1?
What?
What? Yeah, no, he died.
Had you told Shannon how much you complained about Andy during the
No, we've not spoken about
Lies.
He doesn't like
I just know
Not TW.
See?
He's not TW.
He's playing up his character.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because he just was
Like
always
the world's
wishy-washy.
worst detective. Like, literally. And also a bit stalkery. He's always just showing up unannounced. Like, one time you walk into your office and the door closes and he just is there.
Yeah.
Like, a bit clingy, my guy.
Yeah.
A bit clingy.
Yeah, but she's Prue. Who wouldn't claim?
It's true. But you do that kind of behavior in 2023, you're in jail.
Your stop face is just burying you over there. Stop like holding somebody up.
I'll say this because it was the first time I'd ever seen the show. I am so blown away by how much I loved it, and I loved that. Like, you guys were so good. I say it all the time on the podcast, but
Were you on the show?
no.
Me and Brian are watching it for the first time together.
To put things in context, I was in high school.
I mean, thanks for that.
Yeah.
He says
Touche, touche.
Yeah, at the top of
Yeah.
every
It was
episode,
subtle,
he
but I
has to
got it.
write it. It has to push
No,
it.
but the show, I'm loving it so much. And I love these sisters, I love their relationship. I'm constantly talking about how incredible, like, the acting is. Like, you guys are killing it, and it's just so much fun. And I've cried, I've laughed, I'm fully invested.
Did you cry when Andy died?
Not even. I also, like when Andy died, I was like, you could have saved him.
That's true.
But you guys knew.
It is true.
You knew straight up that this was not a character worth saving.
Dorian's thinking back on the whole setup. He's like, wait a minute.
It'll be a new person every season for me that I'm just going to destroy.
Which of the powers do each of you wish you had in real life?
Cruise.
Pages.
I-
Orbing was like the coolest power. Paige's power mixed with Prue, we rule the universe. Rule. Yeah, obvious. This is a fact.
Yeah, it's true.
Facts, people.
Doesn't want to blow some stuff up.
I
I mean, we can make some parties, and who doesn't want to blow stuff up?
Who blows stuff up?
Really?
It's gonna be good.
He hasn't gotten there good.
Oh, right. I know. It's a long time. It's a long time coming.
What?
Nothing.
Stop ruining the show.
Hashtag spoiler alert. Andy comes back to life. You're welcome. You're welcome.
TW will clearly never come on our show.
Not now.
Come on.
Listen, wait for it.
We literally get married.
Yeah.
And then when I die, like Andy leaves San Francisco forever brokenhearted. I did. I'm so sorry.
They had a couple kids. One kind of looked like you. A lot like you, actually. Who's your daddy?
No idea. Wait, is Andy my daddy?
Why not? It's charmed.
And on that note, we are ready for some fan questions. Please keep your question to a question. Say your name and tell us where you're from.
So now before everyone moves down into their please do my questions for a second. So because we have this many wonderful panelists, we do have only one microphone for questions. So raise your hand where you are, and we'll kind of let them pick out who we're gonna go to, and I'll run over to you.
People are
All right. So I saw this lovely young lady down here in the '90s con sweatshirt. We'll let her ask her question first. When I get to you, say your name, where you're from, and then ask your question.
Hi, my name is Cassandra. I'm from Montreal, and I wanted to know for each of you, which is your favorite episode and why?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Our answer's a little bit more short and concise, guys.
Dead Man Dating, because it's awesome.
Yeah.
There we go. Good answer.
Sword in the City, because I got a sword.
Page from the past,
Because she got a page.
because I got a retainer.
Oh, yeah.
Hellfire and the last
Yeah.
episode is
That's a win.
Okay. Our next question is from
Jessica from Orlando. Brian, how are you? Did you ever wish that we could get more in depth with the bromance between Cole and Leo on the situation?
Wait, the what?
So, you know, like the girl, the Cole and Leo are like the oldest, and they were like advised their girls to do something, they're like, no, we're not doing that, and
Yeah, I mean, maybe it would have been nice more, but you know, still he's on the other side of things, right? So,
White lighter and demon.
yeah, I don't know how, you know, opposites attract, but.
Whoa! Hey now!
Not far, right? Let's keep it where it's at. What?
Alright.
It's a new age.
Sure.
All right, come on down here with me for a second.
Way back there.
We have someone you guys might recognize here.
Yes, yeah, still not ready. Still not ready.
They entered into our cosplay contest a little earlier, and you are.
My name is Brandon the Shapeshifter, and I'm from Salem, Massachusetts. I'm cosplaying as the source of all evil.
Yes, you are.
My question is, the new Charmed reboot that came out, boom.
Not cool. I'm just gonna say I'm being very serious. Don't do it with people who supply literally hundreds and hundreds of people with that's not fair.
Did they ever ask you guys to be a part of the show?
No, they did not, but I think BK was asked to audition for a different character.
For real?
Yeah. He considered it, actually.
I don't know how it happens, if I was submitted or came casting, but then I asked my manager, I'm like, you know, you do realize that I could not go on that show. It's Bob. This is not gonna happen. And he was defending, he's like, well, you know, it's been a few years. And I'm like, you're fired. I want to fire right now.
Brian, can you come in and do audition for a Brian Krause type? I mean, it's like, what?
I mean, what I'm gonna say about the show, and I've said this to a few of you today, is that, you know, the new Charmed is not this Charmed. And this Charmed will always stand on its own, and we're originals, and what we created is something incredibly, incredibly special, right? That's undeniable. The new Charmed is also for a younger generation. And I've met a lot of people that have bonded, just like all of you have bonded, right? Where this charm got you through a lot of life experiences and brought you and your family closer together. There's a whole other generation that felt the same thing with the new charm. And I applaud that. Like it made me, for all of us to be like, well, it'd be nice to be us to be on the show. But you know what? They created their own thing and did it, and I applaud them for supplying a lot of jobs. And they're incredibly nice people. FYI.
All right, we're all over here with.
Kristen, and I'm from Western Mass. My question is, were there any stunts while you were filming the show that you were afraid to do?
That seems like a yes.
Yes. Yeah, when I was doing all the like on the wire stuff, like the Primrose Empath and all of that, when I first got all of those powers, there were some really, really scary things. I think one of the wires like cut like partly through my bicep. I kept doing it because the stunt guy was super hot. His name was Chad Stahelski. He was Keanu Reeves' stunt double, now he's the director of John Wick. So I had excellent taste back then. So yeah, it didn't matter how much it hurt, because just looking at him made it worth it.
I was never scared of stunts, and I would usually go and wind up hobbling home with some injury or another, because that was kind of usually my favorite part of the day, to prove that I wasn't just an actress and I could just kick ass just as hard as anybody else. Usually to my detriment, because my body is built for like, you know, being under an umbrella under the sun. My brain is like, I'll fucking take you. Bad mix. I love wire work, but yeah, you have to get your arms through it and we'll cut it off.
All right, next we have.
Hey, it's Gilly from New Jersey. Nice to see you guys again. Shannon, I didn't get to see you earlier. I'm sorry. I could have missed it. But anyway, my question is, how does it feel knowing you raised an entire generation of people who look up to you, basically a whole family? Like, is that cathartic for you in any type of way?
It's very powerful. It's very, when people come up to us and say, my family wasn't this, or maybe it wasn't that, or my parents weren't this or that, and quite a few people have said, you were my family, you were my surrogate family, you were my company, you were there. Well, now there's a term for it. We were just talking about this, as people get to call comfort show, which we never had that term before. So it's a good and heavy responsibility. I feel like I need to go back and redo some things because I didn't know so many kids were watching. But I'm happy. Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, and next we have.
Hi, my name is Adam. I'm from Fall River, Mass. My question is, so with the reboot, at the very last episode, we see the new cast at the Manor. And I think it excited everyone involved watching that last episode to see if you guys might have any chance of coming back at all in the future.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't the Manor blown up in our last episode?
It was, but they do these weird things called parallel universes now. Multiverse, is that what it is? I don't know, I'm old, tell me. Yeah, so it did blow up, I guess, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's true.
We always came back.
So there you go, never say never.
If you guys were asked to reunite for some sort of a movie or something, would you do it?
Only Prue can be in it.
You got the hands for that?
Can't I be an elder?
Yeah, you could.
Could have.
You could, but that's not that much fun.
Breaking all the rules.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll make that eldership.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Can we do this?
All right, we're all the way over here on the other side. We're gonna go with.
Hello, my name is Heather. I'm from Connecticut. This question can be for Shannon, Rose, or even I like her name. I was just curious if Prue and Paige had been able to be on the show. What do you feel their sister relationship dynamic would have been like?
Like this. Very much so.
They're really special, really good. There's a instant sort of like connection that I think Rose and I felt. We met each other prior to the show anyway, at a stupid Halloween party in New York. And
End of nowhere for one lunch hour.
yes, for one lunch hour. So we
caused a car accident. A 3-car pileup, in fact.
Oh, the good old days. It would be good. It would be good.
Excellent. Up next we have.
My name is Chris from New Jersey. I just want to say I love the three of you. I grew up watching you. And I just wanted to ask if you could quickly do a Power of Three chant for us. And then if you could just quickly say if you had a favorite spell. Maybe, but the Power of Three will set us free.
I mean, we usually get paid a lot of money for this.
I think we should make them say it.
No. I was just saying, thank God we don't have to say this.
The power of three will set us free.
Very on power, blowing demons up. Every time you guys sit together and demons blew up, I want that power. I want that power.
Time for one or two more.
Okay, I'm just saying, I love you guys so much. You have an amazing
show. I don't mean to bring up something bad because everything happens for a reason. Every character brought something amazing to the show. But don't you think that Prue's death should have been a little bit more elaborate?
Well, I directed it, so.
Because I've always been obsessed with the show since I was a little girl, like all the time. But I just feel like there is such a strong witch that I was
Thank you.
expecting something like
So here's what I'll tell you. In a couple of months, I'll be launching a podcast and you'll get all the answers in the world. And boy, are they freaking juicy.
What's it called? Does it have a name yet?
No.
Tea time. Tea
I'm
time.
taking suggestions
Tea
because all
time.
mine are very bad.
All right, our last question for you.
Hi, I'm Charlene from New York, and I was just wondering, what was your favorite couple on the show?
Your favorite couple?
It's like a trick question.
The only answer is Leo and Piper.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey now,
Yeah.
it's already trouble for me, okay? Let's slow down there.
It definitely was not Dan and Piper. It was definitely Leo and Piper.
Wait, so you get with Dan? Hey, you get with Dan? Huh? You were out of control. How many people does she make out with on the show?
Yeah.
Was it?
Don't forget Fireman's Grade, ever. Speak. Look like your daddy.
Who?
And on that note, thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you leave, I need to ask you all to stay right there for a second, especially in the center. Please sit down in the center. We're gonna get a one. Can we have all of you step up to the front? We're gonna get a cash shot. We'll get a shot of you guys with free hand. So get all together there. You're facing out to the gentleman standing on the chair right back there. So wait.